is ASO Television News. I am Haris Suraju with the headlines. President Bola Tinubu assures of an end to Northern Region security challenges at third Hassan Usman Katsina Memorial Conference. Federal government dismisses reports of electricity tariff hike. Independent National Electoral Commission insists continuous voter registration exercise ends today. And on security, troops arrest wanted soldier over alleged links to terrorists. And now the news in detail. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has said that the security challenges confronting Nigeria, particularly the northern region, will soon be overcome. The president made the remarks on Saturday in Kaduna during the third late General Hassan Usman Katsina Memorial Conference, where he was represented by his special advisor on political and other matters, Ibrahim Masari. Paying tribute to the late General Hassan Usman Katsina, President Tinubu described the late general as a symbol of humility, discipline, patriotism, and selfless service, saying the former military governor of the defunct northern region and later chief of army staff played a significant role in promoting national unity and strengthening Nigeria during critical periods of its history. President Tinubu reaffirmed his administration's commitment to securing the nation and preserving the legacies of past national heroes, outlined several initiatives undertaken by his administration to improve education, infrastructure, transportation, and energy across the country. On infrastructure, the president said work was progressing on major road projects, including the reconstruction of the Abuja-Kaduna-Zaria-Kano Expressway, the Sokoto-Badagry Superhighway, the Sokoto-Zamfara-Kaduna Road, and the Akwanga-Jos-Bauchi-Gombe Road, all aimed at improving connectivity and boosting economic activities. Addressing the power sector, President Tinubu highlighted ongoing projects such as the Kaduna Power Station, the 40-megawatt Kumbutsu high-voltage power project, and the revitalization of the 215-megawatt Kaduna Power Plant. He also said the federal government was expanding solar energy infrastructure through the installation of over 1,500 solar-powered street lights and 50 mini-grids in rural communities. The president also announced that the College of Petroleum and Energy Studies in Kaduna State had been upgraded to a full-fledged university named after General Hassan Usman Katsina, adding that the institution is more than 90% complete and has already commenced academic activities. He also disclosed that the government was developing the 1,350 megawatt Gwagwalada Independent Power Plant to improve electricity supply in northern Nigeria and the FCT, while renewable energy projects are being implemented to serve off-grid communities. On transportation, President Tinubu said construction of the Kaduna-Kano rail line and the Kaduna-Maradi rail project was advancing steadily, adding that funding had been provided for the Kaduna and Kano light rail projects, while rehabilitation of the Abuja Metro Rail and the upgrade of the Abuja to Kaduna train service are also on the way to improve the movement of passengers and goods. Now, President of the Ninth Senate, Senator Ahmad Ibrahim Lawal, has announced a personal donation of 50 million naira to the victims of the recent windstorms that devastated communities across 3 local government areas in his senatorial district. Senator Lawal made the announcement in a personally signed statement where he expressed deep sadness over the scale of destruction witnessed in Badi, Unguru, and Karasua local government areas. According to the breakdown provided, Badi local government is to receive 20 million naira, Unguru local government 20 million naira, and Karasua local government area 10 million naira, respectively. The lawmaker who represents Yobe North in the National Assembly stated that the funds are meant to provide immediate direct relief to cushion the effects of the disaster. He added that his team had been directed to work closely with the respective local government councils, traditional institutions, and emergency management committees to ensure the resources reach those who need them most without delay. Senator Lawal further disclosed that he is engaging with the National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, and the Yobe State government to ensure wider relief materials and reconstruction support are mobilized to be completed and complement his personal efforts. Now, moving on, the federal government has dismissed reports of an impending electricity tariff increase, stating that there are no plans to hike tariffs for any category of grid consumers. In an official statement issued on X on Saturday, the special advisor to the president on power infrastructure in the office of the vice president, Sadiq Wanka, said media reports had misrepresented comments he made earlier in the week. Wonka explained that his remarks delivered during a presentation at the Asharami Square 3.0 event in Lagos State on July 22, 2026, focused on investment opportunities in the power sector and the government's long-term reform agenda. He reaffirmed the direction set out in the National Integrated Electricity Policy, which was finalized in December 2024 and approved by the Federal Executive Council in May 2025. The special advisor highlighted the Power Consumer Assistance Fund, enabled by the Electricity Act 2023 as a mechanism for delivering targeted subsidies directly to vulnerable consumers through consumer electricity accounts or other identity-linked means, improving transparency and strengthening investor confidence, according to the statement. Now, the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) has insisted that the continuous voter registration exercise ends today, Sunday, despite calls by some opposition political parties and civil society organizations for an extension over concerns that millions of citizens could be excluded from the 2027 general elections. In a notice issued on its X handle on Saturday, the Commission said the exercise would end on July 26, with designated registration centers open from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. INEC also reminded prospective voters that they could complete the registration process online through its dedicated CVR portal or visit designated INEC offices and registration centers nationwide for physical assistance. INEC National Commissioner Mohammed Haruna in an interview said that the Commission would not extend the deadline, stressing that the registration exercise had to close to allow the electoral body to begin cleaning the data already collected. Haruna explained that the Commission's Information Technology team and the Voter Registration Department would begin processing the data immediately after the closure of the registration window. He said INEC would deploy its automated biometric identification system to detect and remove multiple registrations before the provisional voters register is displayed for public scrutiny. The Chief Press Secretary to the INEC chairman, Dayo Oketola, also said the decision to end the continuous voter registration exercise was in line with the constitutional and legal provisions and necessary to pave the way for preparations ahead of the 2027 general elections. Oketola dismissed concerns that the closure of the registration exercise would disenfranchise eligible Nigerians, noting that the exercise had already been extended to ensure all interested voters had ample opportunity to register. Now on education matters, the engineering, technical science and entrepreneurship education has been described as the bedrocks of civilization and industrialization. Stakeholders made the submission at the grand finale of the 16th edition of the FCT Junior Engineering, Technical Science and Entrepreneurship Education Competition held at Junior Secondary School Hajj Camp, Gwagwalada, Abuja. We'll bring you the report in subsequent bulletins. Now, still on education, parents, teachers and dignitaries have gathered in Abuja for the 28th speech and prize giving ceremony of Fuad Lababidi Islamic School, celebrating the academic achievements of 2026 graduation students. Chairman of the occasion, Garba Ibrahim Mohammed, congratulated the graduates and advised them to uphold good character, promote peace and stay away from drugs as they begin a new chapter in their academic journey. Oluchi Yatinta Okori files and more.
Chairman of the occasion and Chairhouse Committee on Internal Security of the National Assembly, Honorable Garba Ibrahim Mohammed, describes the graduating student as the light of the nation, admonishes excellence, discipline, and good character to the graduate to uphold the values learnt and be good ambassadors of the school.
Education is the difference between a nation that leads and a nation that follows. The certificate you will receive today is important, but it is only the beginning.
Speaking with journalists, the outgoing principal, Hajia Rukaya Bamali, felicitates with parents and graduates on the milestones achieved.
From the inception of the school, over 30 years, our external results has been excellent. Because we normally get 98, 96, 100%, including math and English. And we have students in the various universities, including abroad, and they are doing very well.
Some of the graduates also expressed appreciation in excitement and laughter.
Sure, because some things are a lot to take in. And I'm grateful for my whole 6-year journey. It has been the best journey of my life.
Make sure they read, because nowadays reading is like a very hard thing for us to do because of distractions.
We expect that they can survive everywhere or anywhere they go without thorough monitoring. However, as parents, like I said earlier, we need to monitor them to ensure that they don't derail from the focus of why they are anywhere they are.
And I advise them to always be honest and wait for your time in everything. Be prayerful and be honest in everything you do.
The event, which featured presentation of the 28th edition of the school's magazine titled The Learner, aims to kick off preparations of the new academic session. The ceremony had in attendance Royal Father Justice Ishaq Usman Bello OFR Kuliyan Zazel, retired, academics, and dignitaries, also featuring presentation of awards and certifications to the best graduating students, offering words of best wishes in their future endeavors. Oluchi Jacinta Okorie, ASO Television News.
Now moving on, the immediate past chairman of Kwali Area Council and candidate of the All Progressive Congress APC Abuja South, Mr. Nladi Chia, has officially endorsed the Vibrant Youths for DC movement and charged its members to remain committed to mobilizing support and delivering meaningful results across Abuja South. The endorsement came during the group's first meeting with Mr. Chia over the weekend, where members briefed him on their ongoing efforts to mobilize, strategize, and sensitize youths across Abuja South and its vision and leadership. The executives, representing thousands of members of the movement, reaffirmed their commitment to promoting Mr. Chia's aspirations and sought his support and endorsement to strengthen their activities. As a demonstration of their loyalty and commitment, the group presented him with branded caps and a banner. Responding, Mr. Nladi Chia said he was not surprised by the overwhelming support and dedication of the youths, noting that the people of Abuja South have witnessed and benefited from his contributions over the years. He stated that the growing support for the movement reflects the confidence people have in his leadership and vision for the constituency. Mr. Chia commended the youths for their resilience, dedication, and unwavering support, officially endorsed the Vibrant Youths for DC movement, and urged its members to remain focused, united, and committed to achieving tangible results in their mobilization efforts. Now, the Director of Administration of the Abuja Municipal Area Council, Hajara Abdullahi Umar, has expressed deep sorrow and extended her heartfelt condolences to the Chairman of Abuja Municipal Area Council, Mr. Christopher Zakami Kalangu, following the sudden and tragic passing of two dedicated staff members, Nladi Philemon Kuri, a driver attached to the Chairman's office, and Lukman Atak Muzi Abdullahi, an AMAC staff member. In a condolence message personally signed by her, Hajara Abdullahi Umar described the untimely deaths as a profound loss not only to the office of the chairman, but to the entire management and staff of the area council. While offering words of comfort, the Director of Administration urged the chairman to remain strong, resilient, and steadfast during this difficult period. She also prayed for the peaceful repose of the souls of the departed and for Almighty Allah to grant strength and comfort to their bereaved families, the chairman, the leadership of AMAC, and the entire council. Hajara further prayed that Almighty Allah, in His infinite mercy, forgives their shortcomings, accepts their good deeds, and gives all those affected the fortitude to bear their irreparable loss. You are watching ASO Television. You can watch us live on DSTV channel 392, also on StarTimes TV channel 127 and Free TV channel 507. We are also on UHF branch channel 38. Still to come, troops arrest wanted soldier over alleged links to terrorists. Stay with us for more stories after the break.
In Biggie's house, there is no place to hide. And even when you think no one is watching, the energy can swing in an instant. This BB Naija Season 11, everything burns brighter. Only the biggest moves tip the scale, because nothing is given, but everything is for the taking. When the world watches, will you be outshined? Or will you step up and take the spotlight? Big Brother Naija Season 11 starts Sunday, July 26th, showing 24/7 on DSTV Channel 198 and GoTV Channel 49. Headline sponsor, Bet Power.
Thanks for staying with us, and the news continues. Troops of Operation Hadenke have arrested a soldier declared wanted by the Nigerian Army over his alleged involvement in supplying military accoutrements to terrorist groups operating in the northeast. Military authorities identified the suspect as Private Mohammed Yusuf of the Nigerian Army Ordnance Training Facility, Lagos. He was arrested on July 25 by troops of the 7th Provost Group during an intelligence-led operation in Maiduguri, Borno State. Preliminary investigations indicate that the soldier allegedly absconded from his unit before traveling to Maiduguri on July 7, where he reportedly went into hiding. He is also alleged to have been sheltered by another serving soldier in Gomari Kastain, Jire local government area. According to credible intelligence, troops placed the suspect under 24-hour surveillance before intercepting and arresting him in Jidari bus stop while he was allegedly attempting to flee to neighboring Cameroon. The suspect is currently in military custody and undergoing further investigation into the alleged supply of military accoutrements to terrorist elements. Military authorities say the arrest marks a significant breakthrough in effort to dismantle insider networks supporting terrorism as investigations continue to identify other possible collaborators. Still on security matters, an Islamic State of West African province terrorist chief financial operative and 2 male children have surrendered to troops of 3 Battalion under 24 Task Force Brigade Operation Hadenke in Borno State. The acting military information officer, Northeast Operation Hadenke, Captain Mohammed Goni, in a statement on Saturday said the terrorists surrendered at about 6:45 a.m. on July 25, 2026 along the Ladari, Jegarawa, Tunukai Lia axis on the Gamboru-Wulgo main supply route in Borno State. He said the development comes amid a growing wave of terrorist surrenders, with approximately 46 terrorists and their family members voluntarily surrendering to troops in recent days. According to Captain Goni, the terrorist's decision to lay down his arms follows the recent series of coordinated and decisive land and air offensives conducted by Operation Hadenke against terrorist enclaves. The Army spokesperson said items recovered from the terrorists include 1 AK-47 rifle, 4 magazines, 101 rounds of 7.62mm special ammunition, 1 motorcycle, and a sum of 40,000 naira. He further noted that the surrender of such a key finance operative represents another significant setback for ISWAP, reflecting the growing erosion of the group's command structure, operational capability, and sustainment network under the relentless pressure of Operation Hadenke. Captain Goni assured all that Operation Hadenke remains steadfast in its mission to restore enduring peace, security, and stability across the Northeast. Now, the Director General of the National Orientation Agency, Malan Larry Isa Onilu, has urged staff of the Federal Finance Ministry to uphold Nigeria's national symbols, describing respect for them as a civic duty and a demonstration of patriotism. He said adherence to the National Values Charter remains vital to strengthen national identity. Isa Onilu made the call during a sensitization and training workshop in Abuja, where he explained that the NOA, as a custodian of the nation's symbols, is responsible for ensuring Nigerians understand their significance and proper use. The NOA boss also highlighted the National Identity Project, noting that the National Values Charter was introduced to establish a social contract outlining the responsibilities of both government and citizens. He added that the agency is implementing initiatives including reputation management campaigns, values-based educational content, and curriculum development in partnership with relevant institutions. Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Wale Edu, represented by the Chairman of Presidential Fiscal Policy and Tax Reforms Committee, Tayo Oyedele, commended the NOA's efforts to promote patriotism and national values. He said the ministry would appoint ambassadors to champion national symbols and work with the agency to educate staff on the charter. The minister also reaffirmed the ministry's commitment to partnering with the NOA on continuous public sensitization and civic education. Participants at the workshop received training on the proper rendition of the National Assembly, correct use of the Nigerian flag, and other national symbols. The Nigerian Institute of Public Relations has inducted 73 public relations officers of the Nigerian Immigration Service into the professional ranks following the successful completion of the Institute training and certification program at the service headquarters in Abuja. In a post on X on Saturday, Service Public Relations Officer, Nigerian Immigration Service, Licia Akinshola Akinlabi, said the induction is part of service's ongoing efforts to institutionalize strategic communication and professionalize its public relations cadre in line with the broader reform agenda. Representing the Comptroller General of Immigration, Kemi Nandap, at the ceremony, the Deputy Comptroller General in charge of Visa and Residency, F.U. Nwaneka, charged the newly inducted officers to uphold the highest standards of professionalism in the discharge of their responsibilities. Nwaneka also commended the Nigerian Institute of Public Relations for partnering with the Nigerian Immigration Service to deepen professionalism and strengthen the practice of public relations within the service. Speaking at the event, the President and Chairman of the Council of NIPR, Dr. Ike Niliaku, formally inducted the participants into the institute and reminded them of the ethical demands of the profession. He charged the newly inducted members to uphold ethics, professionalism, and lifelong learning as core values of the public relations profession. Now, moving on, stakeholders from the Igede land have attributed the lack of meaningful development in the area over the last 25 years of democratic rule to poor representation and governance at all levels. This was contained in a communique issued at the end of the second annual public lecture of the Association of Igede Media Professionals, AIMP, held recently in Abuja. In the communique signed by the president of AIMP, Comrade Egina Sunday Ode, the group noted that despite the huge agricultural potential and abundant human capital in Igede Nation, poverty, absence of infrastructure, lack of industries, and underdevelopment have persisted. The stakeholders therefore urged the electorate to shun vote selling and vote for competence, and also charged the media to remain partners in development through accountability and development journalism. AIMP further resolved to work towards establishing a credible non-partisan body to mentor future leaders and ensure that only persons with proven integrity and capacity are supported by the community. Delivering the keynote address on Rethinking Leadership Recruitment System in Igede Land 2027 in focus, NLC spokesperson Sir Benson Upa called for a more people-oriented leadership recruitment process to drive development. Chairman of the event and former Chief Economic Advisor to the President, Professor Ode Uju, called on all Igede sons and daughters to reunite and work together for the peace and development of Igede Nation. According to the communique, participants expressed hope that implementing the recommendations would better position the community for greater unity, relevance, and development ahead of next year's general elections. Dignitaries at the event included the member representing Oju Obi Federal Constituency, David Ogewu, PDP candidate for the Oju Obi Federal Constituency, Ede Ode, NDC candidate for Benue South Central District, Isaac Egboja, SDP governorship running mate, Margaret Oga, Provost of College of Education Oju, Professor Boniface Ode, and President General of Omi Igede Worldwide, Comrade Umenu Edu Daniel. Now on sports, two-time heavyweight world champion Anthony Joshua survived 2 early knockdowns on the way to a second-round knockout of Christian Prenga on Sunday. His triumphant ring return paving the way for a blockbuster all-British bout with Tyson Fury. The fight at the Jeddah Superdome was Joshua's first since he was involved in a car crash in Nigeria in December that killed 2 of his close friends, Shina Gami and Latif Ayodele. Albania's Prenga, a knockout artist who had 20 wins inside the distance in 21 prior fights, sent Joshua to the canvas with a right uppercut just 20 seconds into the bout. He had Joshua on the rope again, his legs shaky, before sending him down a second time late in the first round. But Joshua steadied in the second, backing Prenga into the corner behind his jab, shrugging off more heavy blows from the Albanian before inflicting damage of his own with his left hand. A brutal combination capped by a big right finally sent Prenga crashing through the ropes to end it at 2:43 of the second round. Joshua and Tyson Fury now appear set for the Battle of Britain in November at a venue still to be announced. That's a bulletin, but before we go, let's take a look at one of our major stories. President Bola Tinubu has said that the security challenges confronting the northern region will soon be over at the third late General Hassan Usman Katsina Memorial Conference. That's the news. I'm Hada Sidi Siraju. Thanks for watching.